Hello Libra, I'm Jenny Fitterer and I'm here with your December Tarotscope. I have a single card for you for the month of December. The first 2/3 of December is Sagittarius season, and then we will have the December solstice, and after that is Capricorn season. So the card that I have for you this month is the Three of Wands. So this is the card that is how it looks. So we have this gentleman here. He's standing on the banks of the water. He's gazing out towards this big ship that's out there. He's got also these three wands that kind of mirror the masts there. And then down here we have sort of this femme sort of figure here. She could be reaching towards him. She could be kind of holding him at bay. It's not quite clear. She's just right on the shore there. And that's the card that we have here. So Three of Wands. Going to see what we have in the book here for you, Libra. Three of Wands. Prudence. The human longing for distant shores shows up on this card in several forms. The big ship symbolizes wanderlust, the spirit of adventure, and the yearning for faraway places. The female silhouette does not represent any particular woman, but women in general, the mother archetype or the feminine principle. Many philosophers have described the ocean as the eternally feminine, the source and aim of all our striving. The female silhouette and the ship hint at opposing desires, the longing for closeness and the desire for remoteness, for home and abroad, arrival and departure. This requires a lot of practical experience and individual metamorphoses. Personal advances, represented by the butterflies, unite instincts and actions, symbolized by wands and ship, patiently and serenely, the shadowy woman and the ocean, in such a way that one does not take precedence over the other. What's so special about this image is the way that the woman and the ship are connected. Even the greatest of undertakings are based on aspects close to hand, namely in personal relationships. It is contact with others that gives us the energy and the fuel to go forth into the farthest corners of the earth. Practical advice. Acting half-heartedly is a waste of time. If you put all your effort and all your power into something, you will succeed. Become clear what it is that you want to achieve and which personal and emotional needs are related to your most important goals. Deliberate action is the key to passion, as distinguished from mere enthusiasm. Be aware of what you are doing. Okay, Libra, this one feels really nice for this particular time of the year. So December, like I said, the first 2/3 of it is Sagittarius season. And an aspect to Sagittarius is the adventurer, the pioneer, the explorer, somebody who really wants to go to new kind of bold new horizons and is really interested in foreign, faraway places, which is really rooted in a desire for new experiences. Sagittarius, it's not so much like a rejection of the home. It's just a hunger for new experiences, to learn more, because the things that are close to us are more within our realm of experience, and it's the things and the people and the places that are distant from us that are going to be the most different, and that's going to give an opportunity for growth. So Sagittarius season, we can really often feel this like, oh, I really want to get out of here, want a vacation, want to book somewhere, I want to go somewhere. There's this fire energy, this expansion of like, I want to go out there, I want to see what's there. And so you might start to experience this wanderlust here, this feeling of yearning for an adventure, and either feeling like, oh, I'm trapped at home, or like, and that's, there's different ways you can yearn for adventure. Sometimes it can be in a very positive, like, I want the experiences that are out there, I want to learn. And sometimes it can be that kind of rejection of where you are, like, oh, I'm bored here, I feel understimulated here, I feel like I'm not learning anything here, so I want to go somewhere else, where you're not necessarily really going towards something, you're trying to escape something. So maybe check for yourself if you are starting to feel, and with this card's coming up, it's probably saying that, well, yeah, you might be feeling a little bit of like, well, something wants to move, and a new experience wants to come in. And so you can really check, of course, not everybody has the financial capacity or the ability to go somewhere else. And sometimes really that feels like it's the fix, but it's actually kind of grass is greener. It really is the root of it is, I want a new experience. I want to expand my experiences and to learn something new so that can change and shape me. So how can you satisfy, if that's the root of your kind of nervousness or antsiness or wanderlust, where can you have a new experience whether or not you go somewhere else? You know, maybe you can go somewhere else, but actually maybe the test here is to find a different way to transmute that instead of just the grass is greener, I'm going to have a great adventure, which might be really satisfying, but then you then come back home and you're like, I'm still just as bored because nothing's changed here. So if you're able to either, it's a perspective change of trying to see, is there something new in the old or the familiar I can have, or is there, I have these relationships that I'm really comfortable with, but can we go to a new level, or can I invite a different kind of conversation or intimacy or expansive sort of getting to know each other? Or are there things that I've just gotten really lazy at just kind of getting in routine, but I could, even just taking a different route to work, going for a walk, going for a hike that's like somewhere nearby that's a different path, something that requires you to get out of just the routine, the rut. You can dial it in, and you have to be aware, and you have to take something in really new. It can be very, very simple. It doesn't have to be far away, but that can just start to fulfill this desire for new experiences. And then what we have is this other capacity here. So we have this desire for newness. But there's also this conversation of putting your willpower and your effort towards certain goals, and the fact that a lot of that those goals are often connected to those emotions that drive us, whether the emotions that drive us kind of towards something, that magnetism that's pulling you towards something, or the thing that's driving you away from something, the push, that I don't want to be here, get away from that. Those forces are the things that kind of cause a movement in us away or towards, and that movement is the kind of energy that is we can then take action on and feel what our goals are. So Capricorn season, we've done the Sagittarius, trying to get something new into us to feed our desire for new experiences. And then Capricorn is all about manifesting our goals. It's a little bit more rigid. Capricorn's like, okay, I've got a goal, and in order to get to my goal, I'm going to have a little bit of discipline. I might have to say no to some things. I might have to take on some certain things that are a bit more work, but it's in service to my goal, and I'm going to work hard to get there. And so Capricorn really loves goal, but a Capricorn needs to really, in order to be healthy in that expression, you need to be connected to the why of what you're doing, and also know where your finish line is. So it's kind of like I was saying, if your wanderlust is I want to go somewhere, and you're not connected to the fact that it's a new experience you're craving, and so you're just kind of always, I need the fix, I need the new another party, another travel, something, I'm looking for something. You don't know when you've succeeded. You don't know what you're actually trying to fill, and so you're going to just keep kind of going. And Capricorn can do that in the way of not celebrating the success and immediately going on to the next goal of the next peak, I got to work higher, the next level, the next promotion, the next build, the next whatever, instead of saying, well, this was my goal and I hit it. I can celebrate. I can relax. I can see and cultivate and harvest what it is that I even get from achieving this goal. And then that might inspire you to another goal. But the cycle of workaholism can happen with Capricorn, of just the more, the same way the Sagittarius can be the quest. So we really want to be careful, and we want to be in this balance here. This card has this other aspect at the very beginning, which was talking about this interesting balance between that wanderlust, or wanting to stay home, the search for faraway places, the wanting to rest, this idea of working hard or celebrating our goals. It is a balance. And Libra, one of your quests is this finding balance thing, is trying to, sometimes that can force you to be really rigid. You're I want everybody to be calm. I want everybody to be happy because I want balance. That's kind of a fearful, kind of desperate Libra energy. Or you could, be on the yo-yo effect of this and then this and add this, and trying to balance this kind of hyperactive, I'm trying to balance a really crazy seesaw. That's a bit aggressive Libra energy. But what we're trying to just find is this nice homeostasis, this pull between desire and fear, this understanding of our goals, our achievement, and then our rest, our travel, our taking in new things and our integrating it in. This really nice kind of wave form is what Libra's really kind of looking for. So balance is actually just moving between 2 points, is experiencing the push and the pull, experiencing the magnetism, the draw of desire, and maybe the push from fear, and that all those things are things that move you. So we're really trying to get into that comfortable rhythm that isn't bing, 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 and it isn't I don't want to go, I'm scared of extremes, so I don't want to move anywhere. So, and how that's going to look for you is going to look different for each of you. It's not something I can tell you directly. So all I'm going to just leave you with that is kind of the main sort of things of in Sagittarius season, the first 2/3. See what it is. If you are feeling a pull or a push in more of a movement-based kind of way, that might just be wanting to have a new experience, and new kind of information that you can then kind of pull on, and that then you can take that in and apply it to whatever your goals might be for this kind of upcoming stage, or what your goals are to be in balance, or what it is you want to achieve, and then have that kind of new understanding and those new experiences feed into the Capricorn season, where you can start to work on those goals, making sure that you do remain in balance, and you know when to rest, in order to revitalize towards your goal as well, and not give into that push. Yeah, and I think that's all I'm gonna leave you with for this card at this particular moment. As always, I do have the Sagittarius season forecast. It's up and available, and it has more information on the transits that are happening during this particular month. In particular, there's a transit with Jupiter going direct, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius, so it's quite heightened, and there's a really good opportunity to kind of harness that expansive Jupiter energy in this particular season. So I'd highly recommend you go check that out. It's Pay What You Can workshop. Proceeds to me. It really does help me be able to keep making this content. So go check that out, and yeah, best of luck, Libra, this December, and I'll see you next month.